He will never give up on you. Jesus already sees the exact thought running through your head right now, that you've messed up too many times, waited too long, drifted too far to still count. I want to address that head on today, because I think it's one of the most common lies people believe, and it's simply not true. Let's start with a story Jesus told that cuts straight through it. It's the parable of the prodigal son in Luke 15. A younger son takes his inheritance early, which in that culture was basically telling his father, "I wish you were already dead." And he goes and blows all of it on reckless living. Everything's gone. He ends up feeding pigs, which for a Jewish man in that time was about as low as you could sink. And he finally comes to his senses and decides to go home, not expecting to be welcomed back as a son, just hoping to be taken on as a servant. That's how far gone he thought he was. He'd already written the apology speech in his head, already accepted he'd blown his relationship with his father beyond repair. But here's the part that matters most. While he was still a long way off, while he was still far away, before he'd said a single word, before he'd even finished walking up the road, his father saw him and ran to him. Ran. In that culture, an older, dignified man running in public was undignified, almost humiliating. His father didn't care. He didn't wait at the door with his arms crossed to hear the apology first. He didn't make the son prove he meant it. He saw him from a distance and closed the gap himself. That's not a story about a father who forgives reluctantly once someone grovels enough. That's a story about a father who was already watching for his son, still hoping, still expecting him to come back, no matter how long it had been or how badly he'd messed up. And Jesus told that story specifically to describe who God is toward you. If you're sitting here today convinced you've drifted too far, that you've done too much, ignored him too long, messed up too many times to still be welcomed back, that's not what this story says about him. It says the opposite. It says he's already watching. It says the distance you think disqualifies you is exactly the distance he's willing to run. There's a reason we assume otherwise, though. It's because that's how people work. Think about it honestly. How many relationships have you seen fall apart because someone got tired of trying? How many goals have you personally abandoned because they got hard or slow or didn't pay off fast enough? We give up. It's a normal human pattern. We invest for a while, and if the return doesn't come quick enough, we walk away and call it moving on. So it makes sense that we'd assume God works the same way, that there's a point where he gets tired of you too, where the investment stops being worth it to him. But that's projecting something human onto someone who isn't. Isaiah 41 verse 10 says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." That's not a conditional promise. That's not, "I'll be with you as long as you keep it together." It's a flat, ongoing commitment regardless of how far you've drifted, how long it's been, or how bad the mess is that you're standing in right now. Here's the lie I want to name directly, because I think it's the one keeping a lot of you stuck. The belief that you have to come back clean first, that you need to get your life sorted, break the habit, fix the thing, feel differently about yourself. And then, once you're presentable, you can come back to God. That's backwards, and it's not what either of these passages describes. The father didn't wait for his son to clean up on the road. He ran to him while he still smelled like the pigsty, still in the mess, still mid-collapse. God doesn't meet you after the mess is cleaned up, he meets you in it. That's the whole point of grace. It goes to where you actually are, not where you'll eventually be once you've earned the visit. So let me say this as plainly and firmly as I can, because I don't think this moment calls for something soft. He's not done with you. Not because you've proven anything. Not because enough time has passed that it's now okay again. He's not done with you because giving up was never in his nature to begin with. You can walk away from him for years. You can convince yourself the door is closed. It's not. He's still watching the road. He's still ready to run. That's not a gentle suggestion. That's a fact you can build the rest of your life on. Whatever you've done, however long it's been, however far off you think you've drifted, you have not outdistanced him. You have not disqualified yourself. The only thing left to decide is whether you're going to keep walking the other way or turn around. If this is where you're at today, comment "still watching the road" below so I know you heard it. And if you want to keep walking through this together, stick around, subscribe, because coming back isn't something you have to do alone, and neither is anything after it.